We got the last magic box opened.
Yep.
And we're going to see what we have in there.
Well, the first thing that you come to in this thing, and I've already kind of pre-opened some of these for you, make it a little easier on you, is the tail box assembly. If you notice on Matt's stuff, the machining on his product is just impeccable.
It looks spot on.
It is.
Yes.
You know, the viewers at home, they can't really sit here and feel the tolerances on this, but this is like what we like to call smooth as butter. Yes. And that right there is just awesome. Even though it's already assembled, like any good builder will tell you, you want to go ahead and disassemble all this. Make sure you have your thrust bearings and your tail grips. Make sure they're properly greased. Make sure all of your bolts are Loctited back on properly. And there you have it. It's a belt.
Yes,
belt
I see lots of carbon fiber back there
lots
for lightness,
light.
but also has metal and the important parts to attach it to the tail.
And this is a very rigid carbon fiber. It's not like some of these flimsy ones that you can bend off and instantly snap. This is
it's a little
pretty
thicker
rigid.
than normal.
A little thicker than normal.
Yes.
The belt's belt for a belt drive system. Some WD-40 on that before you install it, man, and it's good to go. You don't have to over tighten this thing to make it work right. And you've seen Mitch fly, and he can flip this tail and spin this thing like it's nobody's business. So.
Yes, if he can't break a gear, it can't be broken.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, and if you think about it in the SRC, whenever Mitch did the bunny hop into the stock tank that wasn't there, he broke this back stuff. It wasn't for the fact that he had a belt drive on his helicopter. He'd been doing probably a good 100-yard walk of shame to pick up his helicopter.
Yes,
but
flew
what did
back,
he do?
no problem.
Flew back, no problem.
Yes, the tail boom was even bent and that baby was flying.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Here's your main gear struts.
Yes.
Coming to the head symbol.
The main head,
Main head,
yes.
check this
very,
out.
Very beefy looking. This looks
Incredible.
like a 700 head.
It probably get away as a 700 head. Very beefy.
Yes.
Very nice tolerances. Same thing as the tail. We want to strip this down. We want to make sure the thrust bearings are nice and greased, and then Loctite it and reassemble it.
Yes. I'm going to pan over here and take a look at this assembled head on your chopper so everybody can see what the final product looks like. Yes, I cannot wait.
This is the servo, basically electronic servo box. You can put your servos in here before you install it on the main thing. Get all your wires taken care of so you can do a really nice wiring job. Install it on the frame and you're good to go.
Yes.
Various little bag components here. You have your swash. You have your phasing arms, your various linkages and things
those
like
links
that.
look huge.
Yeah, the links are big, man. Like we said, Matt's got the biggest balls in the industry, so you got to have big links for that as well.
Yes.
Moving on here, you've got the top part of your radio tray. This will be on the top part of your frame. And we'll show the viewers here in a minute. Mine completed. We'll take the canopy off and show it off, and people can take a look at that.
Ooh, the main gear. I like that main gear. It looks very precision.
Main gear, one-way installed already. Only thing we're going to do is remove these screws, make sure they're Loctited and properly set. Bearing blocks, your main bearing blocks, lower and uppers. We have your clutch assembly.
Oh, if I only had opposable thumbs, my friend.
That's right, brother.
Yes.
And then we have your fan shroud and your clutch itself.
Yes.
Moving on here, your main shaft. And various rest of your components. This is
now,
all
you're not going to get to play with my main shaft.
Yeah, no way.
Yes.
That's Mrs. Pinion's job. I'm
yes,
not on that.
yes.
Your frame spacers. He's got aluminum frame spacers, as you can see on the back of mine.
Yes.
Makes this a very light helicopter, very rigid,
yes.
very sturdy helicopter.
Yes.
And just finish it off with some various odds and ends, all your aileron and elevator linkages, more stuff for your main head
Everything
components.
looks very light. Very
Man,
light.
it's very well built. More
not a lot of
bags.
plastic in this helicopter.
No, none at all.
Yes.
Tank muffler or your tank sealer for on your frame, and more tank components. Man, that's pretty much it.
The box is empty now.
Box is empty.
Yes.
That's it. Believe it or not.
Yes, that's a whole helicopter right
That's
there.
a whole helicopter.
Well, I certainly hope you'll help me put it together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I've got some tips and tricks, and also people that are buying this kit. They can go to synergyhelicopters.com and check our synergyrchelicopters.com. Excuse me. And Matt's got a whole section of tips and tricks for the N5, the N5C, the E6, E7.
Yes, he has a new support forum now too.
He does. He does have a new forum on there as well,
Yes.
and a lot of the team pilot guys hang out there and have a good time.
So Pinion has a job. In the next week, he should turn this table full of parts here into a fantastic flying helicopter that looks like this one over here. So Pinion is looking very much forward to the build. The greatness that is Jerry the Caveman Kovar will be helping me with my build. And when we get her finished, we'll show you the first flight on her. So this is Pinion signing off from Team Hardcore Headquarters with his new Synergy N5C.